In the wake of a thrilling Carabao Cup victory by Newcastle United over Manchester City,
got him! Got him!
the football universe finds itself enveloped in a cloud of curiosity. The burning question on everyone's lips is, what is truly unfolding at Newcastle? With the imminent announcement of a colossal cash injection into the club by its owners, and the surprising rejection of both Newcastle United and Liverpool by a free agent boasting an impressive 98 Premier League appearances, the enigmatic puzzle only deepens. And amidst it all, the enigmatic figure of Eddie Howe looms, leaving fans and pundits alike desperate for answers. Brace yourselves as we embark on a captivating journey to unravel the mysteries, dissect the rumors, and shed light on the compelling narrative that is Newcastle United today.
Let's go!
Starting off with the Tino Livramento debut, the arrival of Tino Livramento at Newcastle for a staggering £32 million sent waves of anticipation through the Toon army. However, the highly touted youngster had been largely hidden from their eager eyes, making only fleeting appearances in the Premier League. That is, until Wednesday night. And what a debut it was. I dare say it was one of the finest displays I've witnessed from any Newcastle player. Thrown into the starting lineup, Livramento faced the daunting task of neutralizing the mercurial Jack Grealish. In the dismal first half, where Newcastle struggled to even touch the ball, Livramento shone like a beacon of hope. He emerged from the tunnel after halftime with genuine credibility, a rare distinction in an otherwise lackluster team performance. But then, something shifted. Newcastle burst out of the gates, seizing the lead and refusing to relinquish control. And at the heart of their resurgence was none other than Tino Livramento. Throughout the match, Livramento successfully silenced not just Grealish, but also the formidable Jeremy Doku, a master of defense and a force to be reckoned with in attack. He showcased his versatility on the pitch. His ball control was impeccable, and he even pulled off a goal-saving challenge that left spectators in awe. Against Manchester City, Tino Livramento had 93% pass accuracy, 58 touches, 25 out of 27 passes completed, 11 out of 18 ground duels won, 8 out of 10 tackles won, 3 interceptions, 2 clearances, 1 last-man tackle. His 8 out of 10 tackles and 11 out of 18 ground duels against Manchester City were more than any other player. It comes as no surprise, then, that he was crowned the well-deserved man of the match.
Your manager's something to think about.
Yeah, I mean, it's just about taking the opportunity when it gets given to you. And I know Kieran, obviously, amazing player, and he done really well last season. And of course, he started this season amazingly as well. And I'm just looking forward to helping him where I can.
Paul Dummett also dazzled during a rare appearance at centre-back, making a stunning last-ditch tackle to stop Grealish going one-on-one, leaving Newcastle fans chanting. The game meant that Paul Dummett is the only player to start both Carabao Cup wins.
It was your first appearance in over a year. Just what was that like for you? What sort of emotions do you have now after it?
It's, like I said, for me, growing up as a Newcastle fan all my life, played a lot of games here now. The past few years have been tough, not many games. I've been fit for such a long time now and train every day, don't get in the squad or on the bench and don't get much minutes. So I know every day I just have to keep on working hard, and when that chance comes, hopefully I can show the manager what I can do. And if those chances come along again, I'll always do my best in the black and white shirt. And today was no different, and thankfully that I could give my all and help the team win.
It didn't show, but how difficult is it to come in almost out of the cold after such a long time out?
It's very difficult, as you're seeing right at the end. I got cramps, so competitive football, I know it wasn't a Premier League game, but a Premier League opposition is not easy. Played pre-season games, but still it's not the same as it's a competitive fixture. So without a game for 12 months or so competitively, it was tough out there, but I train hard every day to make sure that when that chance does come, I was ready. And I know 92nd minute I did get cramp, but thankfully I got through it okay.
Furthermore, Eddie Howe's tactical prowess was on full display during the match at St. James Park. At halftime, Newcastle United found themselves in a dire situation, with Manchester City's dominant performance leaving them chasing shadows. The atmosphere, usually deafening and vibrant, was surprisingly silent. However, Howe's halftime team talk seemed to have a transformative effect on the Newcastle players. Additionally, the substitutions of Bruno Guimaraes and Anthony Gordon injected a new energy into the team. The Brazilian midfielder, Guimaraes, particularly stood out as a midfield maestro, breathing life back into the Magpies' performance. With his introduction, Newcastle regained their rhythm and began to play with renewed confidence. Prior to Guimaraes' involvement, Newcastle had been outplayed in every aspect of the game, outpassed and outclassed by their opponents. But the arrival of the Brazilian talent acted as the catalyst that sparked a remarkable resurgence for the home team. It was a testament to Eddie Howe's tactical acumen and his ability to inspire his players to turn the tide in their favour.
Another phenomenal night at St James's Park. Talk us through it.
Well, it was a game of two halves for us, probably. First half was tough. I thought Manchester City played well. I thought we didn't play particularly well, but defended well in that first period because we didn't have a lot of the ball. Probably had the one chance in that first half on the counter-attack with Jacob Murphy. But then second half we were excellent in most aspects, defensively and offensively. Thought we attacked really well and probably deserved to win in the end.
It was an almighty turnaround because, as you say, you were on the back for most of the first half, but then really went at them in the second. Obviously, you made those half-time changes, but what did you say to them at half-time?
Well, there's a few tactical changes, but I think the biggest change probably was in the belief. Changed the dynamic of the team, a better balance in the second half. And that's not a reflection of the lads that we took off, but you bring in top-level players on, and Anthony and Bruno, and they made a real difference. But also we're a bit more aggressive, we're a bit got our distances better, pressed better, and with the ball we were a different team totally. So some good signs for us, I thought, in that second period.
You say different team totally. You made 10 changes from the side that had that great win at the weekend. You must have been delighted with some of the debutants. Let's talk about the player who got player of the match, Tino Livramento, his first start. He was phenomenal, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. I mean, a very difficult opponent in Jack Grealish, who's an outstanding player. I thought he defensively was really, really good. I thought he played with a real maturity in his game. He looked composed, so very good signs for him. And I thought he attacked well in the second half as well as we improved as a team. So yeah, he can be very pleased.
This competition last season gave the fans and you so many great memories. Obviously, you fell short in the end. Was that part of your half-time talk to remind them that you couldn't let it slide so easily?
Wasn't necessarily part of the half-time team talk, but I think pre-game it was very much in our thoughts. You know, the run last year really was an inspiration to us and helped us in our season, albeit the cup final was maybe affected our Premier League results. But it was something we look back on with real pride. We want to try and go one further if we can, but there's obviously a long way to go at this early stage. But we're still there fighting.
Not many sides beat Manchester City. Not many sides stop Manchester City from scoring. That's 4 clean sheets on the bounce now. Are you getting back, even with a different defence, to the sort of defensive mentality you need?
We hope so. It was a concern for us a few games ago where we had dipped, I think, in our level, but our concentration was there today. Our stability and our defending was there. And as you say, albeit with a changed team, and I have to credit the back four for how they defended because look at Jamal Lascelles, Paul Dummett. I thought they were towers of strength for us in the middle of the pitch there.
Furthermore, it was Brazilian midfielder Joelinton who prompted Newcastle into the next phase of the Carabao Cup. He had a great game, winning a lot of tackles and also providing the assist to Alexander Isak's goal. The highlight had a big Brazilian flavor because of Joelinton's dribbling ability. He took 2 City defenders to dance and then crossed the ball to the middle of the area, where Isaac only had the trouble of putting the ball into the net. Against Manchester City, Joelinton had an 88% pass accuracy, 56 touches, 29 out of 33 passes, completed 7 ground duels, won 5 tackles, won 3 out of 3 aerial duels, won 2 dribbles, completed 1 key pass, 1 big chance, created 1 assist.
Well done. You're through to the last 16 of the competition. You've knocked out one of the favourites as well. How big a win was that?
Big win, massive. The quality of City, the Manchester City team is a great team, one of the best in the world, and we knew it would be a difficult game tonight, but we had the crowd behind us, the support, and yes, I think we did well in the second half, and yes, very happy to come back and win.
What do you think you did better in the second half?
I think we did better with the ball. I think the first half we just defend. We were not so good with the ball, and in the second half we were much better, and we take our chance. And always a difficult game against City.
For you, not many people would have expected you to play the game today after your injury. How big an effort was it for you to make the pitch today?
I'm so pleased to be back with the team, to help the team. For me, it was a long week out. Try to recover, to come back as quick as possible. I did everything I could to be back with the team and happy. I'm very happy for the effort I did and to come back and help the team win the game today.
And according to a recent report by 90 Men's, Newcastle United is set to approach Joelinton for contract discussions, aiming to extend his stay with the club. Convincing Joelinton to extend his contract with Newcastle is expected to be a relatively straightforward task. The Brazilian reportedly feels content at the club and has developed a strong friendship with Bruno Guimarães, who recently committed to another 5 years at Newcastle. This camaraderie, combined with Joelinton's positive attitude, provides a favorable environment for contract negotiations. Barring any excessive demands from his agent, the process of securing a new deal for Joelinton is anticipated to progress swiftly. Given his commitment and contributions to the team, it is likely that Newcastle will prioritize finalizing the contract to secure Joelinton's future with the club. All in all, that game now means that in the last 10 days, Newcastle has triumphed over Brentford, made their return to the Champions League after 2 decades, winning a sensational 8-0 victory against Sheffield United, and defeated the European champions in Manchester City, while collecting 4 clean sheets.
When you feel the emotion at the end there, when you look at what you've got to come this season, where does this tournament rank amongst everything? You're going to give it a good old go again?
We're going to give it a go. I think it's there with the other tournaments. I think it's very difficult to prioritise or to single one out ahead of the others. Now, you know, your league form, you're judged against 38 games, and we want to excel in that. We obviously want to do well in the Champions League, and the FA Cup and Carabao Cup are important competitions for us.
These are good times, Sarah.
Well, yeah, the last week's been good. The weeks before that weren't so we're not getting ahead of ourselves. We know of a very tough Premier League game to come.
Thanks, Eddie.
Then Eddie Howe on Newcastle's Carabao Cup draw said,
Top team, but we've proved tonight that we've made changes to the group and we've won a very, very difficult game. So I'm sure Manchester United will be equally as difficult, but we'll try and win.
Obviously, will it be about approaching it in the same way that you've done this one, trying to knock out yet another one of the strongest teams in the competition, and particularly one that you did face in the final last time around?
Yeah, it's the only way that we can view it. I think look, we'll get to that game when we get to it. We don't know where we'll be in terms of team and players and selection of players that we have available to us, but I think the way that we are going in the competitions we're in, we're playing elite teams all the time. We have to get used to it, and it's the only way that we improve ourselves as well. So. Albeit not maybe the draw that we wanted, and we respect Manchester United and how they do things, but we'll have to face it.
Then moving on, according to reports, Turkish defender Çağlar Soyuncu turned down offers from both Newcastle United and Liverpool before opting to join Atletico Madrid. After his contract with Leicester City expired at the end of last season, the 27-year-old centre-back had multiple options available to him. Mundo Deportivo, a Spanish publication, claims that Soyuncu had already given his word to Atletico Madrid manager Diego Simeone. During his time at Leicester City, Soyuncu made 132 appearances in total, including 98 in the Premier League, and was part of the squad that won the FA Cup 2 years ago. Despite interest from Newcastle and Liverpool, the Turkish defender chose to embark on a new challenge with Atletico Madrid. Since his move to Spain, Soyuncu has made only 2 substitute appearances in La Liga due to an injury sustained during the recent international break with Turkey. Boring. Moving on to the imminent official confirmation of the new huge cash injection. In just 2 years, Newcastle United has transformed under new ownership, leaving behind a decade of stagnation and selfish ambition, marking the beginning of a remarkable journey of progress both on and off the field. The price of transformation is evident. After enduring the dire consequences of Mike Ashley's mismanagement, the current Newcastle United owners face an immense task of reviving the club's fortunes, both on and off the field. Beyond the initial £305 million purchase, they have consistently injected substantial funds into Newcastle United Football Club, propelling their ambitious plans forward with urgency. Exciting news awaits as the owners prepare to announce another substantial cash injection into the club. The following has now appeared on the Company's House website and was received by them, Company's House, for filing on the 26th of September 2023. JV1 Limited, a financial vehicle jointly controlled by the Reuben brothers, RB Sport, and Amanda Stavely, Cantervale, serves as the management entity for their stake in Newcastle United. Together, they hold a 20% ownership share, with the Reuben brothers owning 10% and Amanda Stavely owning the remaining 10%. The majority ownership of 80% is held by the Saudi Arabia PYF. In this company's house filing, it has been revealed that the Reuben brothers and/or Amanda Stavely issued 12 million new shares, each valued at £1, on August 22, 2023. It's important to note that these filings typically appear on Companies House at a later date. How is this relevant to Newcastle United? Amanda Stavely and the Reuben brothers have utilized this method in the past to contribute their share of funds when the Newcastle United owners have collectively invested additional cash into the club. Through the creation of new shares, the money is initially deposited into the JV one-account company. Subsequently, it is transferred to Newcastle United in the form of new shares, solidifying their financial support for the club. You then connect up the JV1 Companies House update above with this Newcastle United Limited one that was received by Companies House for filing back on the 7th of September 2023, creating 60 million worth of new shares. Although the two filings reached Companies House with a 19-day gap, it is noteworthy that both transactions occurred on the same day, namely August 22, 2023. This synchronicity highlights the simultaneous nature of these actions, indicating a coordinated effort in executing the financial activities associated with Newcastle United. In a synchronized move, JV1 announced the creation or declaration of £12 million worth of new shares, while simultaneously Newcastle United Football Club declared £60 million of new shares. The significance lies in the fact that £12 million represents exactly 20% of the £60 million amount, aligning with the ownership split. 20% for Amanda Stavely and the Reuben brothers, and 80% for the Saudi Arabia PYF. This parallel declaration reflects the proportional distribution of shares among the respective owners involved in the club. It is highly anticipated that the club will soon make an official announcement through their website and social media channels regarding the latest £60 million cash injection from the Newcastle United owners. This substantial investment aims to bolster and expand upon their initial and ongoing commitments. The funds will contribute to the club's operational expenses, aid in the day-to-day management, and notably support the summer transfer spending, demonstrating a strong financial backing for the team. To address any doubts, it is worth noting that this is the established pattern consistently followed by the current Newcastle United owners when injecting additional funds into their business, which is our beloved club. The process involves first making a public announcement once the investment has been finalized. This transparent approach ensures that the supporters and the wider public are kept informed about the financial commitments made by the owners towards the growth and success of the club. An illustrative example of this process can be observed in the matching transactions that occurred in October 2022, when the Newcastle United owners injected an additional £70.4 million into the club. Furthermore, subsequent filings and later confirmation by the owners revealed an additional £57 million injected into Newcastle United Football Club in February 2023. These instances provide concrete evidence of the owners' proactive approach to financially supporting the club as they continue to make substantial investments at different intervals to fuel its progress and development.
Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!